episode of XenoChat, a Xeno-themed podcast that focuses on Xenogears, Xenosaga, Xenoblade, and beyond. I am the one of the hosts, Tyler, along here with my co-host, Justin.
Hey, everyone.
And we got two guests today, both returning from our music episode. First, we have Mary.
Hi.
And we also have David.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so today we're going to focus on, as part of a poll we ran on Twitter a while back, we're going to focus on URTVs from Xenosaga.
Yes.
Yes.
Super
right.
excited.
Alright, before we get into that, we'll just go over some Monolith and Xeno-related news. So first up, Weltall finally released the figure for the 20th anniversary of Xenogears. So, woohoo!
Yeah,
finally.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, I still haven't taken it out of the package yet.
I did. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Just the joints are a bit hard to move at first, but if you move them a couple of times, it's fine afterwards.
Yeah, some of the arms I found to be a little bit weird to pose, but you kind of have to force it a bit. They could take more abuse than you think, but it's like weird because you don't want to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've like broken off Faye's leg a few times, but it pops right back on. It pops right back on.
Oh my god.
It scared me the first time.
It was like, whoops.
Like, oh
How's
no.
he gonna do his death blows?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I need to pose Weltall with the others soon. I need to work on my figures in general. Okay. So next news, Monolith Soft, they've been hiring quite a bit of new employees recently. They also said they were hiring for a new Zelda project, which
I think that'd be pretty cool. They
Like,
helped on Breath of the Wild, but
yeah, because it's not certain. I would assume that it's probably to the same capacity of them like helping with, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't assume like they're making their own, but
still though, like if they're helping again with Zelda, I'll be very happy. Like I like how they were helping like the other franchise that I love so much. I'm just like, yes.
yes.
I only got through half of Breath of the Wild, but it was pretty fun.
I'm actually at the end of it. Like, I could go beat up Ganon whenever, but I still haven't because I want to try and find everything. But I'm like, I don't know, like, in what year that's gonna happen.
It's
like
I'm still on the first dungeon, I'm on the elephant dungeon. I haven't finished it.
I see.
Yeah, my ADHD just kind of takes over in that game. Like, I'm driving, and then all of a sudden the steering wheel just turns this way, and I'm just like, oh, let's go do this other thing that's totally irrelevant to whatever I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like, the reason why I never finished Xenoblade 1, basically that. Because, like, I get distracted easily by shinies, and I'm just like, whoop.
Yeah, it's like playing Xenoblade X all over again, and it's like, why do the main plot when I can do all these awesome side quests?
Yeah, exactly. Or just fly around the world just for the sake of it.
Yes. Yes.
And be pursued by some overlevel thing that starts shooting you and being like, ah! But yeah. Aside from that.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see Monoliths still continuing to grow. I think they're up to, like, are they up to 3 or 4 studios now?
That's really crazy and amazing.
Yeah, because I visited when I was in Tokyo. I didn't go inside, but I went into the main lobby of the building that was the studio, the Itabashi studio for Monolith Soft. So that was really cool. I mean, I just saw their name on like a placard, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's
like,
them.
I'm here. I can't go inside, but I'm here.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get to go to like the main studio, but it was still really cool to see their name in a building.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, oh wow, I'm standing in front of them. It's awesome.
Yes. But yeah,
Be like-
really happy for them.
Be like super fanboys, like, I breathe the air inside the building.
I breathe the air that Takahashi breathed.
Oh my gosh.
This is what he was breathing when he wrote Xenosaga.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. Oh no. I try not
So
to.
you start looking for his footprints.
Must find Takahashi. No. I'm not that creepy. At least I hope not.
No, you're not. Don't worry. We're just all joking. People know it's fine.
Joking. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joking is subjective.
Mm.
Well,
Alright,
maybe in our mind we go like full fan mode, but we're able to be respectful in the actual scene. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, my friend who went with me was like, "Oh, you want to go up to the floor that they're on?" I was like, "No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to bother them."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of weird how they were just like open like that, though. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was just like a main lobby, and they had, I think, either the floor above them or floor below them was the was Nintendo. I guess they have a studio there too, in Itabashi. But I wasn't gonna go into the lobby, but my friend was like, "Oh, come on!" And I was like, "We're gonna trespass, and they're gonna yell at us." But no, there was people in the lobby, but no one said anything to us. So I'm grateful that they didn't try to kick us out or anything.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we went to a convenience store to get a meat bun.
Yeah.
Yeah, only the best.
A day in the life.
So good. But anyway, alright, I think the last bit of news that we have is, Joker just came out for the Super Smash Bros. And along with that, his stage has tracks from various Persona games, and several of them were remixed by, was it Ace Plus?
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, which they worked on Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2, so that's pretty cool.
I haven't had a chance to hear the remixes yet.
Neither have I.
I heard one, and it was Aria of the Soul, and I wasn't super impressed with it, but like it was pretty alright.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out eventually.
Should we even talk about the stages?
Hey, we could talk about the appropriate ones. Yeah, because with Joker came an update that added the stage builder back to Smash Bros. And several people have been very, very creative.
Yeah. Let's just go. Yeah, let's just go over the ones that weren't too revealing. Let's say
the ones that probably haven't been banned yet. But yeah, because there was at least I've seen a few which were, I saw a cool Azurda one from Xenoblade 2, and his wings actually moved. So that seemed really cool. And I also saw one for New LA from Xenoblade X. Just like, wow.
I didn't quite see this one, but that sounds interesting. Or actually, no, I think I saw someone post a picture, and I saw a bit of it, and it was the one with the tower with 66, right? 66%.
Yeah, 66%.
Yeah, I think I saw a screenshot pass by. Yeah, looks awesome.
Yeah, so it just really makes me want to get the game and just make Xeno-related stages.
Yeah, same. Though I already wanted it because of the fact that it's Smash and I do still enjoy playing it casually, but also like whenever they said that Joker would be in it, I was like because like I'm a big Persona 5 fan and like I really, really love Joker. So I'm just like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I did not expect it because of the fact that that game is not really on Nintendo, so it's just like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was really surprising.
Yeah, definitely. We never saw it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like also, isn't Joker's voice actor the same as the announcer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
I'm not a big Smash player, so...
Well, me neither. I mostly play casually, but yeah. I'm mostly like a button smasher, to be honest.
Yeah, I only play it with friends, and those friends usually beat the crap out of me.
Basically. Or I beat the crap out of myself by throwing myself in holes, because platformers and me are two things.
I have a high self-destruct rate.
Yeah, same.
Fight me. 1v1 me.
But that's also why I kind of like how Joker is played from what I've seen, because he seems to have a very good recovery rate, and I'm just like, this is gonna save me so well. Or I hope so, because I'm like, anything that doesn't have a good recovery rate, I usually just end up in holes.
Oh, they also, well, since we're recording this on Easter, they also had a Choo Choo on the Cross stage.
Oh my god.
Remember?
How appropriate.
Choo Choo died for our sins.
That's the real reason we celebrate Easter.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I really did not see this one, though I'll need to check it out, because that looks amazing.
I
amazing.
Yeah, I retweeted it on Twitter. It looked pretty awesome.
Hold on, I'll go check it.
Okay.
Because I'm curious.
Does anybody else want to share any other cool Xeno-related stages they saw people make? Or
No, those are all the ones that I can think of. I did see like somebody do the Aegis' sword, like the one that Rex uses.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually not booted up the game yet.
Oh no!
Since
Oh my god! I just saw
I'm
it.
that big of a Smash scrub, to be honest.
Oh,
that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is epic.
How did they manage to make it so well done? I'm just like, I'm impressed.
I'll have to post these in the show notes or in the YouTube video so people can actually see what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Music,
definitely.
engage the enemy. Alright.
This is perfect.
Alright. So I think that should be all the news.
Yeah.
Unless
I just
anybody
can't.
remember-
Okay, so I just can't believe somebody just decided this is what I'm going to do. Like, you know what? Stage builder? Choo Choo on a Cross. That sounds like a plan. That's what I'm doing today. I'm spending the afternoon on this.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm envious. I need to get this game so I can make stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to make a few. I know my friend tried to make basically a Zeke falling stage.
Oh yeah,
But I think he needed to restart over and do it on a bigger one because the regular size wasn't big enough. But it looked pretty cool from what I've seen. But yeah, I guess that's all for the news.
okay.
Guess we could move on.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot, so.
Yeah,
No.
definitely.
I mean, when I went to, because, yeah, this is after I've gone to Japan, I bought a bunch of Xeno stuff, but of course it was stuff that's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Except I stumbled upon the Xenoblade 2 art book, so that was cool.
Yep, that's
Nice.
always cool.
Okay.
Books are always nice.
Yes. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So we'll go on to the main topic then. So yeah, today's topic is URTVs. What are URTVs? Well, I mean they aren't televisions, as the name might imply. They are the Udu retrovirus.
Yeah.
Basically, these designer children / clones that were created to kill the entity known as Udu, which is practically... Well, hold on. Before I go any further, let me just say, this episode is going to have a lot of Xenosaga spoilers, so...
It's basically a whole Xenosaga episode, so if you have not played Xenosaga, it's not a good idea to stay here.
I know, I just feel bad, because I hardly ever put any type of spoiler warning, so just right now, if you haven't played Xenosaga in any capacity, just stop listening right now.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, like we can't talk about URTV without talking about spoilers, so
We're
it's
going
gonna
in
go
deep
there.
here.
Yes. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, URTV's Udu retrovirus, designed to basically kill Udu, which is basically God. And which is interesting that the most powerful URTV is Unit 666. So it's like
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just a unit of 669 basically child soldiers, which all of them have like a collective consciousness except for the 4 variants. So which the variants are just these 4 individual URTVs that were basically designed differently than the others, which in order there's 666, which is Junior, Rubido, and then 667 is Albedo, basically his twin brother, and then 668 is one of the few female URTVs, which is Citrine, and 669 is Negredo or Guinan.
Yep.
Yay!
Okay, so yeah, that's basically the overview of the URTVs, and they are very essential to the Xenosaga plot, especially in Xenosaga Episode 2. That was probably the best and most URTV heavy of the series.
Yeah, it's why it's one of my favorite, because I just really love the whole story around the URTV. It's awesome.
Yeah, the whole URTV storyline's kind of it kind of gives Xenosaga kind of its like it kind of gives Xenosaga its identity a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
And it's like one of the things that people remember about the series, you know. But it was also probably one of the most fleshed out arcs in the series also, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely really deep and fleshed out. It's just so awesome.
It's also an incredibly dark one, too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really messed up.
Yeah, just Albedo alone has all sort of dark stuff
Yes.
happening.
Oh yeah. Like he could practically have his own episode of this show if we.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, he can have an episode if, people vote on it.
That's true.
Stay tuned on Twitter, folks.
So yeah, I sometimes it's so deep that it's just like, okay, where do we start? Do we start from a bit like how it started with the order of the game, or do we start from the Miltian conflict? Just because technically it all started with the Miltian conflict at first, I think. Yeah.
Well,
or a bit before that, yeah.
Yeah, even before that, like
Yeah.
with Yuriev, Dmitry
Yeah.
Yuriev, who all the children are like basically clones of.
Yeah.
Because he was part of the UMN like test trials or something like that.
He was part of the
And-
transfer experiment.
Yeah, the transfer experiment. And he got
Yeah,
that's when he came in contact with Udu for the first time, and it basically scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
So he wanted to destroy it. Yay!
Yeah, basically the URTV are designed to fight against Udu waves, so
I'm not sure if anyone knows here about Yuriev. Apparently, I can't remember, but apparently he has some stuff extra in Pied Piper. I haven't read Pied Piper in a long time.
oof.
So
I didn't get to read all of it, so I'm not quite sure I got there yet. But
It's been a long time.
Yeah, that's my issue. It's been so long. I can't remember what his significance was off the top of my head in Pied Piper, but I know he's in there.
well, he seems to be
probably-
a bit everywhere, so I'm
Yeah.
not too surprised. The guy's
Even
lived for a long
then-
time.
Yeah, because the way he's been living is he basically jumps from a URTV, or basically jumps between different lives, or like,
Yeah.
Have you seen Fullmetal Alchemist?
yes,
The original series.
yeah,
It reminds me of what Hohenheim does.
Oh yeah.
When
Sorry
he goes
to
from
remember
person
who that is.
when he goes from person to person.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Because before he would have designed the URTVs, he must have. I guess I should have looked into it more, but he must have like gone into different like bodies besides the URTVs, right? For having to live so long.
He says he was around for a really, really long time.
Yeah, but I don't remember if they actually specified how long he was.
We can cut out the silence. It's fine.
So no, yeah, that's fine. I'll cut it out. I'm just kind of like looking it up just to.
Yeah, same here. I just went and like opened up the page to just see like a few more details.
I have the Yuri Institute open. That's what I have open.
Yeah, I have that as well. So I was trying to look into some of this.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, because
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's just it was like it got so silent that it was just like, did I cut out or something?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's totally okay.
Okay, because it looked like mostly. Okay, because it was mostly through the life recycling.
Oh,
act.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yuriev
Yuriev
was
has
able-
Zora in Pied Piper.
And well, I mean, also he was involved with an artificial placenta facility called Jacob Medical Imprinting, which is the one where I guess the facility was shut down because of when Voyager killed all those fetuses.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, all information that had been gathered by the facility was confiscated by the Yuriev Institute and is said to have later formed the cornerstone of raising the URTVs. Okay. So,
So,
Sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah, oh gosh, it's so dark.
it's like
But yeah, it still doesn't answer some of my questions. But oh well, maybe
It's probably one of those like holes in Xenosaga lore that we don't have really.
Or if someone out there knows the answer to this, like how did Yuriev get by without the URTVs for so long? Leave us a comment.
yeah, because that is one detail I don't quite remember if they did mention a bit more in the game or not, or somewhere else. So, but yeah, basically, URTVs, he created them and was basically his DNA with some random lady DNA thing.
Yeah, because I was looking, because there are female URTVs, but they kind of
They're not as stable, so they kind of die more quickly from what I've read.
Yeah,
I
because it sounds like
I wasn't sure about that, but I know aren't there female URTVs in the Yuriev Institute in episode?
Yeah, they're like
I think they were like
sectioned off.
very few.
Yeah, and then Citrine was like the leader of them too.
Yeah, because she was like the only variant female.
Yeah, basically.
And yeah, it just kind of sucked because, well, I read that there was like, yeah, they're, as you said, they're unstable, and there was only like 9 female URTVs by the time of Xenosaga episode 2 during the Milshin conflict.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which how about we talk about Citrine for a little bit, because I feel like she got kind of shafted story-wise.
Honestly, I kind of feel like both her and Negredo kind of didn't get that much. Negredo got more, but
yeah,
than Citrine, obviously, but she was just kind of like there in episode 3.
Yeah,
and
she did. Yeah,
and her purpose was the same. As,
because they're both have the same basically job, or her and Negredo basically have the same role. Basically, go on. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's the only thing that's different is that she can't be a host for Yuriev, which is kind of interesting. But like, that's really all we get from her. Really,
yeah,
we don't get that much.
Yeah, because her role is similar to Negredo, but then I wouldn't say her personality is exactly like Albedo, but she kind of has like that same feeling of Junior left her behind during the Milton conflict, and
Yeah, well, she seemed to say stuff like, you betrayed his duties or something like that, and like at the same time, I feel like maybe I don't know. She seemed to be the kind of character that was kind of searching herself a bit, and we never really got to know much of the details, but like, yeah, she seems to blame Junior for a lot of things, even though like she seems to also search her own purpose while following behind Yuriev, basically. So
yeah, she kind of latched on to. I mean, well, Yuriev is her father, but she kind of latched on to him as a way to kind of find a reason to live.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's like, well, I just wasted my life.
Yeah, basically. So it's just sad because we didn't really get much from this character. But yeah.
Now, something I find kind of interesting, and I don't know if this was ever really explained, or maybe I just don't remember it. Why is it that the URTV's units 1 through 665, why were all of those made to have one collective consciousness, whereas the unique ones that we've been talking about, they are able to process individual thought and emotion?
Maybe it's a thing where like they had to make multiple models to support the others, but maybe it's also the fact that they had to like perfect something before getting to do some variants. I'm not sure.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious to know what makes those last 4 so special.
Well, I know that the last 4 were genetically modified. So, like, Junior has his Red Dragon powers, Albedo has his restoration powers, and Guinan and Citrine have their duties as kind of preventing the Red Dragon power to go out of control. So they got that, but as far as the original models...
Yeah, I just don't know why, like, suddenly they decided that they needed to make that much of an upgrade on these. Or if there was maybe some plot point that I missed or something that explains that.
No, I don't think it was really that explained, except for the fact that they did make variant at the end, or like maybe it was also that they were born variant or something. Like
according to the wiki, URTV units 666 through 669 originated from the same embryonic culture as the others, but were then subjected to an induced mutation to develop their unique gifts.
And I guess one of those gifts would be their emotions too.
Yeah. And then
they didn't seem... were they emotionless? Because they didn't seem...
Yeah, that seems a little...
Like, maybe we just didn't have them on the screen enough, but they seemed pretty afraid during the Milton conflict when that thing happened with Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were...
are you talking about the older units? Yeah. Well, the thing with the older units is that, from what I remember, didn't they kind of share their own emotions? So, like, if some of them are afraid, wouldn't the other ones process it too? Or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. So they didn't have their own personality, per se.
Yeah, they didn't have their own individual personality, is the point I'm trying to make. They all kind of shared it. They shared the same kind of consciousness, the same kind of emotion. So I would assume they would work in the sense that if someone's processing a certain emotion, the others would probably be feeling that as well.
Yeah, and they hated the variants. Specifically Junior, for being so different.
Yeah.
Because I remember the scene where they basically called him a monster.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, they also wanted to have their individual personalities, but it wasn't the case, so...
Yeah, and like you said earlier, Mary, I think maybe it was, they had to go through a lot of test trials, and because I have a feeling that not all 669 units were at the because we know that a lot of the females died early.
Yeah.
So it could be they went through like several trials, and like maybe the first 100 ended up dying, or
Yeah, because basically they were pretty much playing with genetics, and sometimes some stuff could come out a bit unstable if you made a few mistakes, so I think it's logical to think that there were so many numbers because they were trying to test and see and get to some results that would work out. So
it's basically the variants are the conclusion of the experiment. This is the work that we've been trying to do this whole time. That's how I see it, kind of.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be 666,
That had to be the one that could destroy God.
It couldn't have been a coincidence. It couldn't have been.
No.
But he's also so adorable. I really love Junior.
Yeah, speaking of mistakes, the whole Albedo and Junior splitting thing.
Yeah. That was, well, technically, if they were not split, it would have been a bit hard to move, but at the same time, I'm maybe it was a bit of a mistake because Albedo ended up, not very stable because of that. But yeah, it's just funny because the whole time especially Albedo just wanted to be back with Junior technically, but yeah, lots of stuff happened. But he also as we know, he also went a bit crazy because he was the only one that could not die, and whenever he learned about that, he was really shocked because he learned that others could die.
Yeah, that was that's one of my favorite scenes from that game. It's so powerful.
Yeah, it's wait, you can't die? You'll die and abandon me or something? Or it's just wow.
Yeah, even before he was infected with Udu, Albedo was going on a downward spiral.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And the Udu thing just pretty much amplified everything. But yeah, it's just wow.
I kind of wonder if Albedo could have died of old age, or if he would have stopped aging eventually.
Well, I know Junior has the ability to control his cells like that, to stop the aging process, but I don't know how that would work with Albedo.
Because wouldn't he die eventually?
You would think, unless...
But I don't know if,
I don't know. Something that's always been in the back of my mind. I was like, I have to ask it. Maybe they know.
But I think the URTVs, I'm not fully sure, but I think they do stop aging at some point, maybe? Because I know that Yuriev was basically obsessed with, immortality, so I think, not sure, that they stopped, aging at some point, but I'm not too sure. But, yeah, Junior do have the ability to play with his cell, and that's how he pretty much stopped his growth, because I think he was afraid of his power or something like that.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to, continue growing and, having it go out of control or something. Or I think it's what it was, but yeah. Just, I just want to hug him, poor little baby. But yeah. I think, trying to remember, Ganon, it's never really been super, clear in the game, except for the fact that it was kind of, the one, they could stop Junior or something like that, and the Oath, but, yeah, on the wiki, they say that he can apparently manipulate and control people's thoughts, but I'm
yeah,
did we see that happen much, except... But at the same time, it could make sense because of the fact that, in 3, whenever Yuriev takes over, there's a bunch of people suddenly following him, and these people used to be, on other sides, so it's just, did he perhaps, brainwash these people? Because it's just so many people from different sides, joining with him. It's just, were they always with him all along, or are they brainwashed to follow him now?
Well, because he was part of, was it the Salvatore faction or something?
Yeah, that too.
That? Yeah, because I don't know if maybe those were people that were on his side originally, and then when he came back into power as in Guinan, they might have still followed him. But yeah, I thought that was kind of weird when I was like researching. I was like, I don't remember him using mind control power besides, Yuri of taking over Guinan's mind, which is not exactly the same, but
I don't see Junior as a character that would do that, to be honest, though.
Yeah,
really.
Indeed.
Well, that'd be Guinan.
Oh, Guinan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, as far as like how we're gonna cover the rest of the stuff, so should we go with like each character a bit more in depth and just add on to the others, or should we just follow a bit of Junior stuff and like? Because
let's continue where we kind of left off, because we
tried to talk about the Institute and went through a bunch of directions.
Yeah.
we went through the Institute, talked about the URTVs, and then, we're kind of right at like the defining moment of the URTVs, which is the Milton conflict.
Yeah, but before that, there was also the thing with the Sakura as well.
Okay, yeah, we probably should go into that before we get into the Milton conflict.
Yeah, because there was a bit of stuff happening there, and they were trying to help her, which she basically had that sickness where she was in contact with hoodoo or something, and like because of that she could not really interact into the real world. So to be able to interact with her, they had to go and dive into her consciousness, and they use the URTV for that, but also like I think it was a part of their test to see like how they would fare against Sudo waves or something. But at the same time, they were trying to fix her sickness or see if that could work, because she wasn't the only one having that back then.
Yeah, because I guess that somehow she was somewhat connected to the upper domain, which kind of makes sense that the URTVs would kind of be involved in order to try to resist any Udu influence that might be on her.
Yeah, basically. It's a bit like, it was the influence of that thing, but it was affecting a lot of people. And I know, like, a lot of patients in Labyrinthos were basically subject having that sickness, so it's just, I think it was one of these persons that got to try to do some testing to see if they could either fix it or understand it better, I guess, but also trying to test the abilities of URTVs in the face of Voodoo, I guess. But yeah, and that's also where Junior pretty much got really close to her, and since it was Mizrahi, like, daughter, like, she also pretty much made him promise to like protect her sister when she comes into the world, something like that, and that's also why I guess like he becomes pretty close to Momo later and tries to protect her too, which is just so cute.
Yeah, the dynamic between Junior, Sakura, and Momo is really interesting, because Junior doesn't really go out of his way to like treat Momo exactly like Sakura. He treats her exactly kind of like what she wants, or Sakura wanted him to treat her like, which is a sister.
Yeah,
a different person.
Yeah,
totally different person.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I kind of like how he goes a bit out of his way to help her mother to just like accept her and stuff, and see her as like her whole daughter again, instead of just a failure or some kind of thing like that, or something that she should be ashamed of. And although I did mention that in the Ziggy episode too, but yeah, I just really love those moments where Junior pretty much try and get Huli to just wake up and like see Momo as a person again or something like that.
Okay, and then
this is pretty interesting.
So
there's a difference between episode 3 and Xenosaga 1 and 2 on how Sakura actually died.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know that because I never played 1 and 2. So You guys.
Yeah, because there's a yeah.
Oh, you mean the DS
scene.
version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That port.
So yeah, in the DS version, she basically sacrifices herself to save Albedo.
Oh.
But
Well, maybe it did happen, but just we didn't quite see it in the others, but I'm not sure.
Well, in episode 3 and I guess episode 1, ODM also mentions that she basically committed suicide in front of Yuli's eyes, which sounds like a contradiction. But I wonder if maybe because if she saved Albedo, it would have been within her subconscious. So then maybe just the way that she
pretty much died in real life, basically.
Yeah, and maybe the way it looked like to her, it looked like I'm not certain. It just.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of things there's all little details they added in 1 and 2 DS version that wasn't really in the original, but at the same time, I'm like, it's a bit weird because, like, when you look at the end of 2, where Albedo is, like, straight out super jealous of the attention that Junior was giving to her and not to him, it's just like, wow, this is quite effed up if you think about it, and this really happened.
I mean, yeah, with all the Kirschwassers around Albedo, and it does make it a little bit more weird and complex.
Yeah, but that could also explain why he was obsessed with those two. I don't know, but Albedo's mind is weird, so I won't try to stand too deep his actions. But yeah,
poor little boy.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
But I do like his whole development, to be honest. But yeah,
yeah, there's some I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Interesting stuff. I don't know. Interesting turns. But yeah.
What was the word you used for Tora earlier when we were chatting earlier, David?
Oh, problematic.
Yes, that's the word. There's some problematic stuff with Albedo, but he's still an interesting character.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, aside from that, I think that's about the details with Sakura. But then I guess afterwards, I think it was shortly afterwards that the Milshin conflict started, I guess.
Yeah, it was like really short.
But in the meanwhile, Mizrahi was still working on trying to resurrect his daughter with Momo, or something like that, or making a second daughter with the Y data.
Well, let's not get into all that. But yeah, then what the URTVs were basically designed to do, they were was it at were they on?
Well, they were designed to fight Udu waves, basically.
Was
were basically weapons.
Like, was it at Labyrinthos, or was it somewhere else that they made their stand against Udu?
I think it was if it wasn't within Labyrinthos, it was like really close to it, or within maybe the Nephilim unit. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think it might have been Nephilim.
I think it was a Nephilim though, because I do remember there was a part that was open, I think, and you could see the sky, so it looked like it could have been Nephilim with like the sky open kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Are you talking about the when they broke the link?
Yes.
That
was at Labyrinthos, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I guess it was into another weird Labyrinthos place. But I do remember, like, it was a place that was kind of open a bit because you could see the sky, and, I mean, whenever Chaos and Kanan came, it was like the mech was just flying from the sky to there, so.
Okay. But yeah, that's basically where they made their stand. But, of course, while they were connected,
something happened.
Something happened. Junior had like a vision of the planet like exploding or something of that nature. And
I think it was a result of the thermal energy they would have done. It would have made the planet explode or something.
Yeah, so he got afraid and he
Yeah, he was
severed his
afraid.
link from his brothers.
Yeah, he was afraid of like everyone's lives, so he kind of stopped the link, but that resulted to all of his brothers being basically possessed by voodoo and just going mad.
Yeah.
Including Albedo.
Oh yeah, he pleaded for him to not sever the link, and
Yeah.
he ended up severing the link, and Udo, yeah.
But at the same time, Albedo, like, within the variants, I feel like he was the one that was the most unstable, like, mentally, so I guess it was easy for Udo to just take over his fears, because you have many fears. So that's how he just went, like, mad, because I guess whenever Udo entered contacts with someone, like, they feel such power that they just go crazy, kind of thing. And in this case, he felt like invincible or something. I don't know. Don't fully remember, but I think he started laughing and just going completely crazy.
They're all instilled with the fear of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and isn't there like that really crazy cutscene where they're just like killing random people?
Yeah,
yes.
there is.
The other URTVs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them that were...
everybody.
All of them that were on the terrain basically started like trying to kill each other, killing like other people, and just going crazy. But that wasn't.
Yeah, actually, I'm actually looking at the wiki right now. There's actually a GIF from that cutscene.
Yeah.
Of them just gunning people down. Damn.
But not only that, but also in the visual conflict, whenever they started the Song of Nephilim, there was even more casualties, because then I think a lot of mechs stopped working a bit, and the people inside of them would go crazy, and then they'd use the mech against other people or against themselves too. So there was that. Also, there was the Realians.
The Song of Nephilim that did it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That made him go crazy? That's what I was wondering. If it was the same thing as the Realians that made him go nuts.
In their case, I think it was a bit of voodoo.
No, because they were kind of controlled, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it was the Realians. Yeah, just
the Realians are the ones who went crazy because of the Song of Nephilim, but I think in the case of the URTVs, it was mostly Udu, but maybe some of the ones that were outside Labyrinthos got affected by Song of Nephilim, since they weren't really in direct contact, but at the same time, because they're a consciousness that is basically sharing, I can imagine that it just spread out through all of the others, so...
Oh, yeah.
But
it
yeah.
Would have been instantaneous.
Huh.
And I guess... I don't fully remember, though, with Nigredo, if, like, you got shot by one of his spears or something, but I do remember he was hurt, but I don't fully remember who basically hurt him, because
Wasn't it Albedo, or...
Yeah, it's just I think they don't show it on screen, so I don't fully remember if they mention, like, who actually hurt him, but I do remember Junior really, like, saying how it was Holler's fault, and he was trying to, like, carry, like, Nigredo, who was, like, really badly hurt. But yeah, I think that's pretty much about when, Chaos and Kanan came around and rescued these two.
Yeah, and then it was Sellers that rescued Albedo, I think, or...
Could be, yeah, I think so. It was also Sellers who started the Song of Nephilim, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, but there's also Chaos that mentioned that thing with the horses.
Yeah, the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find back the exact line. Yeah, can't find the exact line, but Albedo was pretty much referred to the White Rider. Remember they were the Red Rider and Negro the Black Rider, and like their hairstyle. But they think that Citrian would have been like the Pale Rider, Death, but yeah, just basically the White Rider apparently is conquest and I'm not exactly sure how to say this word, pestilence?
Yeah, pestilence.
There we go. And then Rubido is, the Red Rider is war, Black Rider is famine, and yeah, the Pale Rider is death. But yeah, it's just, I kind of think that was interesting, even though like, I didn't quite understand what it meant. But Chaos is like that. Sometimes just says like something out of the blue, and you're just like, huh? Just where does that come from? What is that knowledge you're keeping for yourself? Say it.
It's just like him with touching noses and they die. It's just something he's good at. I don't know.
Yeah, everyone's special at something. That's what
Chaos. Good at drawing.
Chaos is good at not letting the party know anything until the final boss room.
Okay, now I'll tell you everything.
But even then, he barely said anything. He was just like, "Well, I'll be there and support you guys and be with you guys." But like, there's a lot of stuff I know that I'm not sharing. But I still love Chaos. I love them. Yeah. Like, it's just, I think it's part of his charm though, because of that he's so mysterious and stuff. So, yeah.
Another character we could have an episode on.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Yeah. But yeah, and then somehow Citrine survived, but I don't know how exactly. But I think in the case of Citrine, since she was one of the rare girls, maybe she was kept at their base, basically, because of the fact that they don't want to lose her, since she's one that could be used to, like, reproduce more, like, URTVs and such. For whatever, because I think she did mention something of the sort before, because she was like the only girl. That was something
that was really weird for me, because it didn't seem like Citrine was there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Or she, like, was there, but wasn't on screen, because they didn't want to show her there.
Yeah.
But, like, she's in episode 2, and that's the first time we see her, but we get Milton conflict flashbacks in episode 1, so I'm just like, was she there?
I don't think she was within the conflict. Maybe, like I said, maybe they kept her out of the conflict because of the fact that she was one of the rare female and the only variant of that, so I guess they wanted to maybe keep her
or
safe.
Yeah, maybe she might have been with Yuriev and when he escaped, maybe?
Yeah, that could be.
Well, because the Yuriev Institute was on Second Miltia, right?
Oh, wait. Yuriev, I think Yuriev was Yuriev killed before or after the conflict? That's the one part I'm like...
Oh, right, I forgot. He was killed by Negredo. Killed during the conflict by Negredo. How could I forget that? He had a gun and just shot him.
It's okay. It's just one of these moments that showed like later, like very briefly. So
oh my gosh! So basically, he was technically dead for like 14 years, or it was at that point he was part of Negredo after he was shot. I'm
not quite sure, but yeah, I guess Citrine escaped with like people that kept some other people, some of the experiment stuff like safe or whatever, because I don't imagine her being on the battlefield, since like she was one of the rare female that kind of survived and stuff, so I guess since it was so rare, they would not have like risked it, basically.
Well, this might be another, I don't know if this is a rumor or, because I'm seeing the wiki right here, and it says apparently there was a scene showing how she survived, but was deleted from the final release of Xenosaga 2. But I don't see them like with a source on that, so I can't.
But Tyler, it's on the wiki. It must be true.
Yes, you're right. If it's on the wiki, it must be true.
The wiki also shows something kind of weird that I had no idea was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently for episode 1, Namco released a commercial for the game.
Oh yeah.
We can't not talk about that commercial on this episode.
I didn't know this was a thing until just now. So there's a commercial for Xenosaga episode 1 that features the birth of the URTVs.
Yeah, I saw that commercial a long time ago, and I thought, this is a really weird commercial. What is this about? But after seeing this wiki, it's
live action.
Yeah, and I was like, reading this wiki and saying it's the URTVs, I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
It makes so much sense. It's just like, it's one of those weird things. Can you imagine being in Japan, and then you see that on like TV or something? And just like, you see that scene just completely out of context, and you're just like, what is this game? But then it makes sense when you play it, and then you see the URTV storyline, you're like, oh, that's what this is.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have got that until like maybe episode 2, but that was like for episode 1.
Yeah, that's for episode 1.
Yeah, but
So
I think initially they wanted to like include like both. It's okay.
You're fine.
I think initially they wanted to have both the stuff from 1 and 2 as one game, but then they had to split it because it was too big or something.
But then the commercial, how like for like did they have the commercial plan before that fell through, or?
That's what I'm saying.
I think. I think. Pierre's gonna be listening. He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, this guy."
He's gonna analyze everything we say.
Yes.
Say,
oh, he is just like, I can already like hear him face palming.
Because I listened to that Myths episode, and I was like, God, that sounds like me. Oh my god, why? Why am I like this? But breaking out the ODM here. But there's URTV stuff in the ODM that's probably I'm trying to find it.
It's okay.
But
I mean, yeah, that would be definitely way before episode 2.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like, we got all this stuff. I'm pretty sure they... Okay, yeah, the page that says the clause about URTV, there's a big spread, and it's just newborn babies.
Oh.
Wow.
And, so, that part at least has to be, like, I'm pretty sure they had plans for stuff that they didn't make it.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Not saying that everything was planned. I'm pretty sure that, like, there's some stuff that was definitely cut or moved.
Right.
Well, yeah. But I think that happens like any production, basically.
That would have to happen. But I'm not saying the whole thing was planned. I'm just saying that, like I've definitely heard the rumor that, I'm sorry.
It's okay, we'll say quote unquote.
You're safe here. You're safe here.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Oh. But, I've definitely heard that, that Adult Junior was supposed to be in episode 2, and he wasn't.
Yeah, I did hear of that.
I've heard that rumor
before. I wish it would have been real.
And I would die for Adult Junior, so...
Well, they did show a very tiny glimpse of him in 3.
Yeah.
I was like...
That was a tease. That was a tease.
Yeah, it was a big tease.
I just felt, like, so horrible, when it happened, because I'm just like, what? And then, like, because he's, like, Adult Junior in that space, and then they're just like, this is what could have been. And I'm just like, oh, you didn't. And then the rest of the game, he's a kid still, and I'm just like, oh.
But at the same time, he's really cute, but sometimes just
no, he's fine, yeah.
I wish I could
Kid
have
Junior,
seen it. But at the same time,
Kid Junior is Canon Junior, but, like, he's great.
But at the same time, I feel like it could have been a bit weird to have, like, 3 adult ones, because if you remember right, in both Japanese and English, Negredo and Albedo are voiced by the same voice actors.
Right.
Oh,
so
yeah, I love that scene. That's like my favorite scene.
So then we would have like a voice actor doing the voice of 3 people in the same scene.
3 times the Crispin Freeman. 3 times the Crispin Freeman. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with that.
The funny part is that I did see Crispin Freeman before, and like I did ask about Albedo, and like and he did mention how like it was weird for him to record Gaiden and Albedo at the same time because he was basically talking to himself.
I thought that scene was so impressive though because it worked.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if anybody he could do it, I think he could do it.
Yeah,
it'd be hard.
Yeah, definitely. It's just it's awesome. But yeah, I I'm not sure where we were going after that. Rumor things, blah.
I mean, at that point, yeah, after the Milton conflict, the variants were the only ones that survived.
Yeah, basically.
And so they kind of, Guinan and Junior stayed together, but then Albedo and Citrine kind of went their own separate ways.
Citrine went into the abyss until episode 3, I guess.
Pretty much, she bided her time.
And Albedo just took whatever side was good for him, and then would just do his own thing however he felt like it, basically. Because that's just Albedo. And Nigredo and Rubido pretty much stick together, and from what I understand, they pretty much founded Kukai Foundation and took over under them like all of the mutants or people that were kind of like modified
like
within the Kukai Foundation as a way for them to live peacefully.
Yeah,
because
like
a lot of
people that were like them.
Yeah, because a lot of people were pretty much being kind of racist against them or something like that, and being not really cool. So it was kind of a heaven for them, basically. But also underneath, they also do stuff like collecting like the copies of the Zohar and that stuff. But yeah, we're trying to think.
That would do it. You know, all these URTVs gunning people down would create quite the stigma.
Yeah, but from what I've heard, like they changed their name too because they wanted to basically hide their identities. Although it's not quite fully clear, like in the story. Like there was a few times where some people call them their old names. It's just in front of everybody, and nobody really reacts. Because they don't really know.
The only people that really call them their old names are the URTVs themselves, really.
Some people like Kanan do.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But the others who know, they do try to their best to just say their new name, but yeah.
Yeah, because Junior definitely wanted to distance himself from his old name because it reminded of his past, the mistakes he made, and
yeah, he doesn't want to be called that. Like, you just pass over those things. He doesn't want to talk about it, and it's basically what the games basically make him go after. Just the games really want, like, the whole story really wants him to like go against his fears of his past, basically, and grow after that. So
yeah, exactly. He's there, like, throughout his arc in the Xenosaga series, he's kind of overcoming his past and accepting it, which was very, like, his arc was definitely one of the best of the series.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Just oh my god,
sticking with his friends, even Shion.
Well, that's
well, Shion is okay. It's just there are some parts that I do kind of like get a bit hedgy with, but like at the same time, like she's okay for the most part, and I do like after seeing back the story, now that I'm kind of older and stuff, I do understand where the character comes from. So, but yeah, it can be a bit difficult sometimes.
Yeah. See our episode on Shion if you guys are interested in further conversation about that.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, after that, Junior and Albedo kind of both in episode 1 and episode 2 butt heads several times, and Albedo made some really
gross mistakes.
And it almost destroyed second Milsha.
Whoops.
I'm sorry. The way
no, that's okay.
It's just like, I almost destroyed Planet.
Yeah, he almost did. That was the thing that happened.
It's just really like, whoops, my fingers slipped.
Yeah. But yeah, this URTV story didn't really ramp up until episode 2. And by the end of that, Albedo got at least one of his wishes, which was to basically become part of Udo. Or that's what the space-time anomaly basically got created.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, that boss battle with Albedo at the end of episode 2 is just...
That was the trolliest fight. I was in that fight for like 30 minutes because of RNG.
Yeah, I remember having a really tough time with it too. In fact, I think I actually rage quit on that boss at one point.
We're talking about we're talking about which encounter now? Like in Saga?
Right at the end.
With
I
Saga
think it was
1,
Saga
right?
2.
Or in
No.
Saga 2. Saga 2, at the end of Saga 2, yeah. I don't... It's been a long time, so even though I passed it several times, I don't fully remember if I had a hard time or not, but I do remember really loving it for the fact that he kept like taunting Junior. It's just like, I love when he does that.
It was kind of a gimmick fight.
Yeah.
But like, I don't remember the first time that I was in that fight, it taking so long. But when I replayed the series recently, I was in that fight for a long time. I ended up looking it up. I was like, how do you beat this guy? And they're just like, eventually you will win. And it was just like, okay. And
that's
I was
helpful.
like, yeah, I was just like, well, that's helpful. They're like, you can't lose. I was like, alright. And like, I just kept, there were certain like dialogue prompts that would change, that would like signify that you were about to win. It took like 30 minutes. It was a long time. I was stuck in there.
Yeah, but I think to me, like, the fact that they keep having like pretty much cracky lines that were just funny to me just made the time go by a bit faster. So I didn't really see it being that long, but yeah.
Because didn't he also, like, if you died, like, maybe at least once, doesn't he, like, revive you? Or doesn't he put a spell on you that, like, auto-revives you or something like that?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that, but I don't think I died.
It either heals you or it revives you. I'm not sure. You can't lose that fight. It's impossible to lose. Like people were saying, it's like it's ridiculous. I was kind of frustrated about it, if you can't tell, but it was something. It was a really interesting bookend for that game, to be honest. As weird as that game was, it was a really interesting way to bookend it.
Yeah.
So I hate to bring up Shion again, but I really hated her response to Junior killing Albedo. She was, I don't know if maybe it's because of the English translation, but she was like, "Oh, just a family squabble, huh?" And I was like, he just killed his twin brother. What that's not something you say to someone like that. You just don't, Shion. You just don't.
But at the same time, I don't think they quite said like all of the details of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why
when
she
did
said
she
it this
say
way.
that?
But
it was like
at the end when he comes back, I think.
Yes. It's like
was it
right
before
after
that?
the battle.
I'm not sure. I don't quite
Just
remember.
a family squabble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the most insensitive thing she's ever said.
I'll try to look up the line and I'll put the quote in this part just to make certain that it's right. But it was so insensitive.
Yeah, I do remember it was something like that.
Shion, no.
Junior, did you make up with him?
I don't know about that. We were both pretty stubborn. He said he hated me, right to the bitter end.
Oh, I see. So it was just a big family squabble, huh?
But I also like how Chaos pretty much went to pick him up after that fight. It was like, you came out of nowhere, and you absolutely have zero protection, but cool.
They had a good hug, though. Everything was fine, because they had to hug it out. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And, yeah, but it's also like, in that scene afterwards, where Chaos is just on top of the Durandal. I'm just like...
It's like, I'm not going to hold back anymore. Holds
but...
back until the end of episode 3.
Yeah!
And then while him being like, Trill, you're finally entering the final stage. Just like, oh boy. So great. But sometimes just like, Chaos, how can you breathe there? Oh, it's just a thing I can do. But yeah, just,
But then, yeah, after that, after Albedo's defeated, you all think he's dead, but then a new testament is added to Wilhelm's collection.
We see him getting added to the collection of testament at the very end of 2. It's just like, hi. But he doesn't speak there. It's just like
who is that?
Nobody,
who could that
nobody
be?
dies in Xenosaga. Nobody dies.
I remember when I beat episode 2. I was like, I think I was still in high school. I was either early high school. Yeah, I think it was early high school. But I was like, oh my gosh, I have a good theory. I bet that is Albedo. And I put it on a forum. And I was like, yeah, guys, you think that's Albedo? Just look at his hands. And people are like, yeah, we know. Just shut up. Like, I'm such a stupid kid.
Yeah, it's so obvious, man.
It's so obvious.
You should have known.
Yeah, it was so obvious. But I was like, oh my gosh, I bet no one else knows this. It's like, everyone knows this. Shut up, Tyler.
Oh my god.
And what did you guys think of that? Like, how, like, episode 2, Junior and Albedo have this really emotional kind of farewell, but then Albedo kind of comes back as a testament. What did you guys think of that?
I'm not sure, but I didn't know that, like, whenever he left, I was like, this is so weird that I'm more laughing than being sad. Just like, because, I mean, he's just raised up in the air with, like, the dishwasher basically going
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that was
I was like, oh my god. But sometimes, like, well, I guess he got what he wanted, because at the end of the day, the whole time he was just crazy because he could not die. But then, like, he died, and it felt like, oh, he finally got his wish, and he's at peace now. But no, he comes back.
Nope.
Because his true wish was to be with Junior all along. Because it's basically that. Like, that's the only reason I think he came back as a testament, because he just had something he had not done, and it was that.
I think I was really confused at first.
Yeah.
But then when episode 3 started happening, and Albedo was, like, more in control of himself.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well,
at
that point he was no longer, like, connected to Udo, from what I understand, and he did seem, like, he's still kind of insane in some ways. But
he was kind of more mellowed out.
Yeah, basically, he had mellowed out, and he was like acting a lot more normal, but as normal as he can be.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was also like, I remember whenever he was basically trying to talk to Ganyan through URTV or something, he was just like, hey, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the other idiots in your head or something. It's just like, I kind of find it cool that he kind of tried to still help his brother regardless, and even like at the end of 2, before that thing with Junior happened, he actually helped them with the fight with Omega, or actually tried. He tried to be Superman for a few seconds, throwing laser beams, and then he got like pretty much, I don't know, destroyed or something, and I think he said something creepy to Junior, like, reading all of my cells or something. Just like,
I remember he said, be sure to inhale the particles that compose me, or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's one way he could become one with his brother.
To be honest, I really like that part, because it's just like, it's so funny. It's like, oh yeah, I've been your enemy all this time, but you went ahead against this guy. He's an asshole, and I hate him. So let's beat the crap out of him now. That's why I like Albedo. It's just like, you can't really like foresee like what he's gonna do, because he's very unpredictable. Yeah, basically.
And I think that's probably like, I agree. That's one thing I really love about him throughout the whole series.
But yeah, it's just, but is there something else we missed in 2 though? A little bit, just trying to think. Is there other parts? Well, we do know that Albedo, for the longest part in Saga 1, was basically, again, like, after the Y data as well.
2 was so weird. They make a Beatles reference.
Wait, what?
They made a Beatles reference in Saga 2.
What?
Elaborate.
Oh, I will have to find it.
Wow. But yeah, we also have those part at the beginning of 2, though, that we kind of skip, where Albedo pretty much, like, whenever he had Momo, he inserted sort of, like, virus or something into her, and whenever they
basically set a trap.
Yeah, a trap. And whenever they went in, like, it kind of activated it, and Momo tried to basically protect the data, and they tried to save her afterwards and reconstitute her personality that was kind of all spread out. That's how we see Sakura stuff, and that's also where we see that scene whenever Albedo just go in and be like, hey! It just came out of nowhere, but hi, brother. I really love that scene where it's just like, I think Shion was like, oh, like, you should fight as a family or something like that, and like, Albedo just goes like, oh, don't you see we're the best of pals?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh,
It was just like, oh my god, Albedo, you're so screwed up. And he's just saying that while I think he had like a hand inside of Junior, and being just like, Junior raging and being like, ah! Oh wait, but hold on, I need to kind of open up.
They mentioned McCartney by name. I was like, what? Episode 2 was just weird.
Yeah, it was.
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, well, what? I love that scene though, where like they just stop by telepathy and just.
Gosh.
Nigredo. Well, hello then. You sound like you're doing well, unfortunately. And you're glib as ever. What's wrong? Are you lonely, little baby? Oh, I'm just doing a little information gathering. Of course, it still isn't too late for us to come to terms. Oh, so now it's peace talks, huh? Didn't McCartney say that too? Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn, I completely missed that. Wow.
Wow. I'll also put that line in there in the episode as well.
That's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know why, but I just...
Is that in the Japanese version too?
Oh, I mean, I have no idea.
That I'm not sure of though. Like I did listen to the Japanese voices thing, but it had the English translation under, so I'm not. I can't really say it because I don't understand Japanese by myself. So.
Right.
Or I understand some parts.
That'd be really interesting if that was part of the original script, or if that was just a localization thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting point to be asking. Just I'm not quite sure what the answer is.
Yeah, either way, that would be really interesting.
Maybe we should poke Pure about it and ask if he knows.
I'm sure we've mentioned him so much this episode.
I hear McCartney, like,
in
it's like
the Japanese version.
Yeah, it's like super Japanese. He's like McCartney.
That's really interesting.
Okay,
that's so cool.
Really cool. And that they went ahead and
that's yeah,
that's awesome.
It always like stuck out to me because it felt like very out of place in that universe, but it was still there, so. And I was like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah. I guess my young self didn't realize that he was referencing Paul McCartney.
But since we watched that scene, like, what I also like about that scene is how, pretty much, Albedo pretty much tell Gaiden that he's the executioner, like, he has, like, life on one hand and death on the other or something. And I think that's kind of really interesting because it shows how Albedo pretty much knew from the start what he was and his purpose, and I guess Albedo was just maybe trying to protect Junior all along in a way.
Like how Xenogears references Tears for Fears. That's a chapter.
What?
That's a chapter in the game called Tears for Fears.
Oh wow. But yeah.
Sorry, my music scrubbiness is showing.
No, it's
No, it's interesting.
okay.
It's a
We're all
bit
friends
like
here.
it's interesting to see these things because I would not remember for the life of me since I have the crappiest memory with names. But like, yeah, I think it's always interesting when people can recognize some music reference and just put them out there. It's a bit like how I've been listening to a JoJo podcast and one of them pretty much keep saying their music references and I'm just like, huh, this is interesting. I did not know this came from there, you know? It's always cool. But yeah, so what's next? So basically, we
Well,
covered a bit of Fu, just I'm not sure if...
well, yeah, and then
I'm not sure, I'm trying to think if there was like a bit more to add from 2.
From
We kind of
2.
went a bit zigzaggy in it, but...
yeah, but yeah, because I mean, Albedo took the Y data based on that trap that he set, and
yeah, basically, and then he pretty much
It's a trap!
reopened the way to the whole planet.
Old Mill Shut, yeah,
And that whole
Shut.
planet, afterwards, like, people were all trying to fight over that stuff, and just... That's where the whole planet pretty much exploded, and that thing appeared, and there was the Pope inside of it, basically.
The Space Pope.
Yep. And he was Zeus all along. But yeah, it's just... That's also where, like, we had the scene that happened where it just went like, hey, I'm your friend now! Because I hate this guy. Let's beat him up.
It just goes to, with, as you and Justin said earlier, he's very unpredictable and they'll just basically do anything that suits his needs.
But I was, like, in that scene, I must admit that I was sad. I was like, oh no, he can't die. I mean, he's so cool. he's so funny. He's like, whenever he appears, everything turns to crack, basically. So it's just like, no, don't die. And then, like, then you see that he's not dead, and then he's dead, and then he's not dead again.
It's so funny when he comes back in episode 3, because I usually hate that, like, characterization of, no, I'm not trying to help you, I hate you, but I'm helping you, but I hate you. You know what I mean? Like, I usually hate that.
I kind of like that,
like,
though. But yeah.
But, like, Albedo was just like, you're alright. It's alright.
Yeah, but also, I also find funny how, like, because the first time he does appear in 3, I think isn't it that time whenever he's with the, like, I think they encounter either Voyager or someone else into that platform cavern thingy. Just like at the beginning of the game, you have this kind of platform of land that appeared, and they went into there. And
the floating land mass.
yeah, and I think that's where they kind of encounter like one of the Testament. I think it was the Blue Testament, wasn't it?
Virgil, yeah.
Yeah. So he appears, and then I think it's Albedo that just come in and say like, playtime's over, we need to leave or something. And then you just have Jared be like, Albedo, is that you? And he just never replies. I'm like, you're such a troll. Just like, just leave Junior hanging there and being like, is it you? Is it you? And then like, just later on, oh, I knew it was you. Just kind of thing.
This same cutscene where we learn that Junior knows ancient Aramaic.
Yeah. It's like, how?
It's like,
I mean, he does like books. He just read all the books, including
Yeah,
those,
that's true.
yeah, we're just like, how do you know that?
Don't you know that books are awesome?
Read a book. They're good for you.
Which reminds me of that scene in 2 where, like, he just has all of these books because he's fanboying over, like, Jin's library and being like, oh my god, all these books, it's amazing! Oh my god, Chaos, look! Oh. And Chaos just like, maybe you should put them back and come back later. Oh. It's just so cute and funny. But at the same time, just like, it's just that whenever he gets these moments of like fanboying completely, just so adorable. Like when he fanboyed whenever it's one, like he received that gun from Ganyon. It just went like, oh yes, that model doing this, and that, blah, 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 blah. It just kept talking about it and being like completely.
The whole gun thing was so funny to me. Like, I don't know. He's just like this little kid, or he looks like a little kid, and he's got guns.
I did read something though.
Yeah.
I think it was from a translation of some difference in 1 and 2. That apparently, like, Ganyon basically fought over with Mary to kind of have this gun for Junior, but Ganyon won the bet.
Oh.
Anyways, I read that, but it's just I'm like, I find this interesting, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, poor Mary. I'm sure she wanted to just give something to Junior too, just oh. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, it's not important, but I was just like always wondered like the relationship between Guinan, Mary, and Shelley.
Yeah,
there's a very suggested relationship, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think originally they like rescue Mary and Shelley because they were being like experimented on or something like that.
Yeah, actually, they're hold on, I did see something about that earlier because I was looking back into some information.
Which I think, it's interesting to note that they are basically a reference to the writer Mary Shelley that was Frankenstein.
Yeah, they were basically some of the people that had like artificial modification to their bodies and stuff like that.
They were mutants, right?
Yeah, they were mutants basically.
So I don't know.
See, how come I can remember that little detail, but I can't remember like the big stuff, like about. Like Junior and the Milshin conflict drives me nuts.
Yeah, it was just interesting because you like I think there was a scene in episode 1 where like Mary and Shelley were like sleeping in like Guinan's bed, so it's like
yeah, they're always like clinging to Ganyon, like, oh, Master Ganyon. But I see also how Mary is basically very close to Junior because she's always like, oh, little master, and she's always like behind him or like trying to give him hugs and stuff because she probably thinks he's so adorable or something. But yeah. Oh yeah, we totally forgot something important though, and two, the dog.
Right after Albedo was killed,
look,
Junior got a dog called Albie.
Albie. And it has, purple eyes and white fur, totally unrelated to Albedo.
Yeah.
You're doing this on purpose, because that dog is like the most hideous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Aww, Albie's cute.
Oh, I think he was cute, though.
I don't... in like a rat kind of way, maybe?
Yeah, and he wasn't really in, like... I remember there was a side quest in episode 3 for Albie, and I don't remember much else.
Oh boy, 3? I don't fully remember that, to be honest. But
they get whisked away into the what is it?
The simulator.
The jump, it's basically not the Encephalon.
The minigame?
No. Is it the UMN? It's not like called the UMN simulator or something, is it?
Yeah, it's something.
It's just where you can go back to like previous dungeons.
Yeah, that's
I forgot what it was called.
Well, it is the Encephalon though. I think they're using for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Albie just wanders into it, and you have to track him down.
Yeah, the Durandal. Like, somebody should have kept him locked away in his room.
Like, how can a dog access the... I mean, the dog can
Well,
access
it's
the
a
human.
consciousness, so it managed to, like, connect to it, I guess.
I guess.
Being like, where am I now? Just going around.
It could have been, like, you know, like a cute dog, like a lab or
Ow.
something. I don't know. I feel bad because I've never liked Alfie, but...
Yeah, but anyways, he exists. He exists and appeared, like, right after Albedo left. Well,
I
was
could just
left for
ima-
dead, kind of, but yeah.
You know what? I can imagine, like, a scene where, like when Junior realizes Albedo's alive, just him holding Albedo's like, Albedo! And he just tosses the dog away.
Yeah. Throws the dog away.
Just like, I don't need you anymore, I have the real thing.
That's funny. But technically he does.
Yeah.
He leaves him with Momo and Ziggy and Co at the end of 3.
Right. Oh yeah,
Because now,
my gosh, he does.
Because now he has
He
Albedo
does leave the
inside
dog
his
behind.
head.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, because that was Junior's dog. Is like, oh, I have Albedo now. I don't need this dog anymore. Here you go, Momo.
Oh.
Here we go, Momo.
Oh
You
my
can keep my
gosh.
dog as a memory of me. You know, just... that's just so funny.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we could mention how. Yeah, I mean.
So I
the
guess we
last
can
kind of
go back to some stuff in 3 now. We can.
Yeah, I mean, the last kind of important. Well, I mean, they do have that confrontation with Yuriev. That's probably like the biggest kind of the.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the final moment that.
But basically,
Of,
basically Yuriev though he thought a lot of things, and I guess that's the thing. You wanted to have basically Omega and like basically control a bit like a god would have, so that you would not have to fear God, from what I understood. But
yeah, well, he gained control of both, like, 2 of, like, I mean, well, both of Udu's, like...
you got Omega and the Faye lookalike.
Oh, well,
Abel.
yeah. Oh, yeah, he had access to, was it the 3? No. What am I trying to think? I don't know. The things that connect Udu to the physical plane. So he had Abel...
Abel
Abel's
and
Arc.
Omega. Abel Arc. And the only thing that he was missing at one point was the simulators, but they were saved into the Durandal, which he could get at any time because he had Ganyon's body.
Well, didn't Sellers made that, like, that artificial Zohar?
Yeah, the artificial ones, but he did get the original too, because I think it was connected. Well, it got connected to the Omega at some point, but I think it's mostly it's when the Abel Heart came out, like, it was it pretty much resurfaced because of that, because it was absorbed by the Abel Heart getting at the end of 2. And then whenever that came back, well, the Zohar was basically still inside.
Well, it's interesting that, like, Yuriev tried to kill Udu with Udu.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I think he was more drunk with the power himself, because
Yeah.
It's like
basically,
a rock, paper, scissors fight. I don't think it's gonna work out if you use the same thing.
Paper against paper.
Fighting fire with fire.
but yeah, basically
Yes.
he used Ganyon's body to go inside the Durandal and go through all the security with all these people, killing pretty much everyone on this path, which was really sad to me, because it was like, but I love the Durandal.
Oh, that was the most devastating thing
Yeah,
about going through
and then-
Abel's arc.
And
Is
then,
just
like,
seeing a torn apart Durandal in the background.
oh, yeah. But yeah, then he gets to the bridge and he pretty much, like, shoots Mary and take over control and pretty much tell him the information he needs to get to the Zohar emulators.
And
And
Citrine does the one thing that she does in a cutscene.
but also the group wasn't there because it was basically his plan to make so they would go away to the the Song of Nephilim that had appeared again, only to find out that Sellers was sorry, voice cut. Sellers was only buying some time for him to get to Durandal, and they had no time to prepare, so they basically got wiped out pretty much, except for a few people inside the ship. So yeah, and then the group comes back as quickly as they can, but it was basically too late, and just the entrance, like that scene, like it's just so impactful because right off as you enter, you already see at least I checked. I'm not sure. I think in the English version we would not see the blood at all, but whenever I relooked at the cutscenes with the Japanese image, there was blood everywhere. It was just oh crap, this is so dark. I'm like, and yeah, you could sense that Junior was really upset, but he was trying to keep school to save the few that were still alive, basically. But yeah, I was just so sad for him because it's man, this is your ship. It's oh my god, and that ship is just so pretty. So I'm just it's just so sad to see that the ship was falling. You're just no.
The only more devastating ship to lose if we lost a ship would have been the Elsa, probably.
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah.
Though it had a few moments where it was a close one, but yeah. Thankfully, we did not lose this one.
Yeah.
But still, the Durandal was a big, big loss, but they still managed to save Mary, Shelley, Yuli, Kanan. I'm not sure if there was other people in the ship. Maybe a few others. Not sure.
A lot of nameless people got shot.
Yeah.
But and also
I don't remember gameplay wise if there was other NPCs that were still alive that we saved, because it's been such a long time that I don't really remember that. But I know cutscene wise, the ones that I mentioned are pretty much it, I think. But
well, yeah, and then while that was going down, it was actually they were on the Merkaba and
oh yeah,
all that. Yeah, because Sellers basically distracted them, which I
thought something was different, but it was Merkaba. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It just reminds me of how Sellers just kind of fades out of the story, and that was aha, that's my last thing to do is just distract you guys. Bye.
I'm gonna float away in my little chair.
Yeah, and I was oh, okay, but bye, Sellers. Never see you again. But okay.
Well, it was still a pretty much a sort of plot engine kind of thing, because he did work on some things that did help the plot go further, and he was kind of maybe the rival of Mizrahi and stuff like that.
Right.
But
yeah, it's just that was the last scene he was in, and he just didn't
Yeah, he was pretty much hi, bye.
Yeah, he ended up just being a cog in the big picture.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay. And then so then from there the fight with Yuriev, basically Albedo and Junior started up their link just like they did 14 years ago.
That's a bit further though, because before that after saving the people, they do get to the Zohar room, and they pretty much see Yuriev there, and Junior's just give back Ganyan, damn it, kind of thing. Because he wants Ganyan back, but his dad is just nope, not giving it back, bye.
Assaults us with his amazing voice acting. Remember your great father. Shoots the console and gets out.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yuriev had great voice acting.
Yeah, he did. He did for sure. But yeah, I think from there he just pretty much goes in, shoots the control so they can't do much, and he goes and steal all of the Zohar emulators and go to Abel's Ark. And then they're just well, I guess we have to hurry up. But it's also because I think at that point, they knew that the Durandal was already kind of pulled toward the Ark, and it was kind of dangerous. So they had to go back to the Elsa. And I think that's when Doctus Question mark.
Oh, Doctus.
Yeah, there you go. Like, that's when she gave them something to access the Ark because they needed a sort of teleportation thing that would go against the UMN standard stuff. So it's basically an illegal teleporting. So they used that to go inside, and that's where basically the confrontation with Omega and Yuriev and all that stuff kind of happened. But we were also breaking all of the emulators on the way there.
Yeah, we got the awesome song God Sib out of that fight with Yuriev.
Yeah, because basically the Able Arc was basically destroying a bunch of things through its signal with the Zohars, and just like, yeah, they were trying to stop that. But then, like, whenever I think it's after we fight Omega, that's when he kind of like try and fuse with it, or was it before? I don't remember. Does he fuse before that or after? Because I know there's kind of like,
I want to say after.
Yeah, I think it's after within the cutscenes. He kind of tries to fuse with that and keep like coming in and out of the robot, which I think was hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's just the animation looked really weird. Like
his model was just like halfway in, hanging out of the robot.
He's just like the robot just pooped him out.
He was like, "Can you feel the power?" kind of thing. This is the power of God, kind of thing. But yeah, he was just going crazy because of Voodoo and all that shit. And that's when Albedo just caves in and just be like, "Man, you're drunk with the power, whatever." But I understand completely because I was drunk with the power back then too. But yeah, that's where Albedo just tried to talk to Gaiden, and yeah, it's just And then I think that's pretty much where him and Junior kind of links to try and free Yuriev / Gaiden's body out without a voodoo, but that would cause the body to pretty much like disappear or something. And I think that's when like they try to say like move your consciousness to Junior or something, but then he went like nope, and he just like pushed Albedo out.
Yeah, Albedo was gonna sacrifice himself and let Gaiden go with Junior, but Gaiden basically said nope.
Nope, you're not sacrificing yourself. I'll like just push you out of the way to Junior and bye. And that's where
it was basically even though it was basically what Albedo wanted the entire time.
Yeah, but that's why
Gaiden nice that.
Yeah, sorry.
Like I'm sorry, but yeah, it's like he basically says he hates Negredo, but that moment where he was going to basically self-sacrifice himself was kind of showed how Albedo had changed.
Yeah, but that's basically where he pretty much like he pretty much went like, well, that's what you wanted, I think, all this time, and just push him there, and that's where we kind of see the scene with like the wannabe adult Junior kind of thing. It's just like so interesting. But yeah, later on, like after that, later on, like you do hear the fact that Albedo is kind of still with Junior talking a bit, but then he goes to sleep.
Yeah, he goes dormant.
Yeah, but he feels like Albedo feels like he's at peace now because he's with Junior, and he's just like, oh, this is nice. I'll go to sleep for a bit. I'm tired. Bye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything, since we already talked about the dog being abandoned behind.
Like, I have Albedo now. Throws dog away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because afterwards, it's mostly the arc of, like, Shion and all that stuff, so it just doesn't really cover much of the URTV arc afterwards. It pretty much ends with that part, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
that's the URTV story.
Yep, that has been the URTV story. I think that's probably a good stopping point for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we can always revisit the characters again in the future, especially Albedo.
I think they should get their individual episodes.
Oh,
yeah, that would be pretty good. I know Citrine would be kind of difficult to have her own episode, but
yeah.
Maybe we're gonna mix her with someone else.
Oh, all the unimportant characters that got like very little screen time. So her, Orgullah, Richard and Herman. Yeah, we could just have a bunch of like episodes where characters were just like shooed to the side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, cut stuff, basically.
Okay, I might have to write this idea down. Yeah, just all these characters that deserve more screen time.
Yeah, that could be an idea for like. I mean, since it's all characters that deserve more screen time and barely have any, like, we could have an episode, like, toward the series, I guess. Because, I mean, they all have such little exposure that we could cover multiples.
Yeah, because I think that, like, with Richard and Herman, I think maybe after Orgullah died, too, they, like, did not have, like, a follow-up cutscene. It was just like, oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so yeah, that has been XenoChat and our discussion on URTVs. Let's kind of go around and close up house a little bit. Is there any like social media or projects you want to share? We'll start with Justin.
All right, so I don't have a date quite yet, but I do plan on hosting my short and sweet RPGs Worth Your Time panel over in Oaks, PA at Too Many Games. It's a really good convention. A lot of vendors and people will be there selling video games. If you're really into retro games, this is a great place to go to. There's a lot of really nice people there.
Oh.
And I'll be hosting a panel there.
Oh, that's in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right outside of Philly.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be there. That's in June, I believe. I think it's like end of June.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, that's probably the only new thing that I have up and coming that's really noteworthy, other than just check out OperationRainfall.com for any kind of articles that I put out. I am still writing some stuff, some impression pieces from some games I played recently.
Nice.
So yeah, be on the lookout for those or any of the kind of reviews that we have. We always have stuff out pretty much every day. So yeah, check us out there.
Okay. All right. How about Mary?
I have a convention coming soon, and I'm probably going to disappear from the face of the earth because Cosplay Rush.
Oh.
But my next convention is basically Anime Nord, which is in Toronto at the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm planning on bringing Margie there if it works out. Just
nice.
I still don't know which day I'll wear her though, but I'd say like you can follow me on either of my cosplay pages, and I'll probably post like the actual lineup in order, like in sometime whenever I decide the full order. I do know that I want to do Vice from Skies of Arcadia on Saturday, but I'm still not sure about the other two cosplays, like how I want to swap it or not. So I'm just I'm gonna look into it. But yeah, I'm also planning on Vice from Skies of Arcadia, which is a pretty rare character to see in cosplay.
That's awesome.
But it's also because Anime Nord is kind of like, it's a convention where you have a lot of buildings spread out and a lot of people are walking outside, so it's just like, I really want to like do Vice and like, because I do like the character, but also was like, I want to have a flag with me and just walk around with a flag because it's a windy convention.
Waving the pirate flag.
It's a windy convention, so it's just like so perfect for a flag. But yeah, that's about it for like the closest stuff. But like later this summer, I also have Montreal Comic Con, and that's in July, and Otakuton, that's in August. So that's pretty much my closest like upcoming conventions. And in Otakuton, I'm also gonna have my friend who's gonna join me back as Bard on the Friday, and
nice.
I'm supposed to still have possibly Ellie and Faye, but we're still unsure because they're staffing and it's kind of a bit complicated, so it might get pushed up to another year. I'm not quite sure, but they were interested in joining just some complication happened with the group, so I'm not quite sure yet. But I know for sure that Bart is gonna join me again, and this time I'm gonna have the full costume there, so yeah, look forward to it.
Nice. Alright, David?
I don't have any projects, but I need to apologize because I had a New Year's resolution to be less wrong, and I think I failed.
Oh. No.
Oh, it's alright, though. Things are good.
Alright, so I would, probably by the time this episode's published, I should be okay, but, I'm actually a guest on a RPG Fans, podcast, we recorded last weekend, but I'm sure the episode will be out. It's going to be out sometime in May, but I'm part of their Retro Encounter podcast, where we basically play an old game and kind of discuss our progress in it. And I played Chrono Cross with some of the people from RPG Fans, so that's kind of what I've been up to. It was pretty interesting time. I still haven't beaten Chrono Cross yet. I need to beat it before we record our second round of that episode, but yeah, that's yes. I kind of want to just go back to Japan, just because I know in November they're having that concert, and I'm like,
yeah, the music of Chrono Cross is just so godly. Just oh my god.
Oh, the music! It's one of Mitsuda's best soundtracks. It's just so good.
Yeah, hands down, that soundtrack is unbelievable.
I've heard that soundtrack and I haven't even played the game, and I know that's true.
Oh man,
you don't have to play the game; just listen to the music.
Soundtrack.
It's so good.
It's one of those things where it's like, come for the game, stay for the music.
Yeah,
because that's like modern game culture now.
Kind of, yeah. All right, well, thank you, all of you, for joining me today. I really appreciate that, especially with it being Easter. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, that's been XenoChat, and I haven't decided what the next episode will be. Might be Queer Theory, or might be something else, or I don't know if I'll do another poll or what. But yeah, once again, I'm sorry for how erratic the schedule is, but yeah, that's it. So thank you all for listening, and have a good night.
Night.
See ya.
Take care.